Hey everybody, welcome back to DYOR, Do Your Own Research. First off, I want to say I hope that everybody who was in the path of the storm for the last 5, 6, 7 days is safe, warm, and comfortable as the storm has passed through. And I encourage you that if you need to get some help along the way. There's no shame in getting help from your neighbors, from people that you know, and from services that are available in the town. Today, what I want to do is I want to hit on, originally I was going to talk about logic. And then I started thinking about logic, and I started thinking about the things that go into being able to think logical. And one of those things is truth. So what I want to do is I want to hit on truth first today, this week, and we'll see where we go from here. But I have a list of tools that will help you in your ability to do research as you DYO or do your own research. And some of the tools that I was thinking about presenting here would be truth, logic, facts, reality, openness of yourself to truth itself, because when you are exposed to truth, truth is going to mess your life up and your mind up, because it changes all and challenges all the things that you've been taught all your life. We also want to look at the ability to differentiate between facts and opinions. That is a big, huge, important thing to be able to do, especially in today's society and in the news cycles as live as they are, to be able to differentiate facts from emotions. And if you can differentiate facts from emotions, and you can separate yourself from the emotions that are going on in the news cycle, in the live streams, in the broadcast, in the influencer sphere, then you will be so much further along than many people that are out there in society who are just allowing their emotions and the news cycle to drive them because of their emotions. But I want to look at the word truth. I want to look at it from two aspects today. I want to take a look at the definition of the word truth from the Webster's Dictionary of 1828, and then I want to take a look at it from the definition of the 1972 dictionary that I have here sitting on my desk, and then I want to take a look at it from today's definition of truth according to Webster's online. Webster's online dictionary. I just had to type that in to get to that point there. So when we look at that, we'll be able to see the definition that comes up today. So if we take a look at the definition of truth from the 1828 Webster's Dictionary, we see that the definition, number one definition, is conformity to fact or reality. Exact accordance with that which is or has been or shall be. Statement number two, the definition number two, true state of facts or things. Number three, conformity of words to thoughts, which is called moral truth. And four, veracity, purity from falsehood, practice of speaking truth, a habitual disposition to speak the truth, as when we would have made a statement back then of a man is a man of truth. So that's the 1828 dictionary. Now I want to take a look at the definition from the 1972 Webster's Dictionary, and it says, definition number one, the quality or state of being true. Loyalty, trustworthiness, sincerity, genuineness, honesty, the quality of conformity with facts, reality, actual existence, agreement with a standard, a rule, etc. Definition number two, that which is true, a statement, etc., that accords with facts or reality. Three, an established or verified fact or principle. And four, a particular belief or teaching regarded by the speaker as the true one. Now, the interesting thing I want to point out about that in the 1972, there are definitions, and then there are examples of that definition in the listing here for the word truth. I find it interesting that in this definition of the word truth, they start to use things in here that would say to you the quality or state of being true. That sounds pretty good. But then they go on to explain that a little bit and say loyalty, trustworthiness, sincerity, honesty, the quality of being in accordance with experience, facts, or reality. I can understand being in accordance with reality and facts, but experience doesn't necessarily mean that you have facts. Experience means you experience something. For you, it is a fact, but for someone else, it may not be a fact. So there is a bit of a situation that could be created there with the definition on the word truth. And it's interesting that you go from 1828 to 1970 and get those differences of definition. We don't see that in the 1828 dictionary, that there is anything having to do with emotion or anything like that. Then we go to the Webster's Online Dictionary, and it says truth. Number 1, the body of real things, events, and facts. Number 2, the state or of being the case or being a fact. 3, truth. Well, as far as I'm concerned, you should not be using the word truth in the definition of the word truth. A judgment, a proposition, or an idea that is true or accepted as true. That throws up a red flag in my mind right there. A judgment is based on the people that are there and make a judgment on, similar to like a court case where a judge will make a judgment based on the evidence that's been presented to him, and then based on law, that judge has to make a decision in the court based off the law and based off the evidence that's set before him. Now, when we read here, a judgment, a proposition, or an idea that is true or accepted as true. Well, not all ideas are true. And just because you accept someone's idea as true in your mind or your world doesn't mean that it's true. So I have a few issues with the definition of the word truth as we move through time. We get to a pretty firm and secure definition in 1828 where it says conformity to fact or reality. It has nothing to do with judgments or decisions of human beings or anything like that or experiences. It says conformity to fact or reality. Then it says true state of facts or things. True state of facts or things. Purity from falsehood, practice of speaking truth. A habitual disposition to speak the truth, as when we say that a man is a man of truth. That seems to be a long way off the definition from 1828 to what we've read in the 1972 dictionary and then what we read online. Again, going back to what we said online, that if you have something in written form, you read it, nobody can tell you any different. Here it is, the words are written, you can check it out, you can read it for yourself. Things that are online, that can be changed anytime. Anything in digital format can be changed anytime for any reason, and usually because of ideology. But that's what I wanted to touch base with you guys about today is truth. Realize too, for those who may not realize, that all truth is found right here in the scriptures that Almighty God has put into our hands for us to read. And Jesus Christ is one and only Son who walked on this earth and lived a life of truth, was truth, is truth, always will be truth, and lived a life that showed us how to be reconnected with our Father in heaven. My encouragement to you is read the Bible for yourself so you understand and you can do your own research and you can come to your own conclusion and use your own logic. So next week we'll touch on another tool for doing your own research. Until then, stay safe, stay warm, and we'll catch up with you again next week. Take care.